good afternoon again.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, please be seated. So, the secretary, please note the absence today so that we can all see who's present and who's absent. So, good afternoon again. Good afternoon. So, I am Sir Burns. My full name is John F. Lee, and I am now presenting our classroom rules before we took off or before we kick off with our lesson. Handa na bang lahat?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So we have ERB. First, pakibasa? Very good. Tindihan niyo naman yan. Next. And lastly, being very good. Being fantastic. To each and everyone, we show that you have your potential and develop it inside our classroom. And within that particular period, we will learn everything that we need before we will conclude our class. So, but before that, we have an activity. So, our activity, I will show you a picture, and pictures, and then you will answer 3 questions. I will choose randomly who will gonna be answering those questions. So, please familiarize yourself with the picture that I will present. And now, are we ready to see the questions?
Yes.
So the questions are, first, what reminds you of the images you can see? Next, are these images relevant today? Next is, how does it relate to the teaching and learning process? So we have to answer the first question. So the first question is answered by Mr. Bernardo. So first question, what reminds you of the images you can see?
So as I observe by the picture, so the first one is the traditional one, or without the use of electrical or electricity or any digital tools in the teaching process, which is Mr. Irby just using chalk and board, which is a non-digital tools for teaching, while the other one is applications or by the use of technology such as cell phone that easily to access by the students or by people who are reading or who are searching for something.
Another hand. Meron pa bang gusto mag-answer? Next question. Are these images relevant today? Mr. Park.
Yes, of course. These images are photos relevant today as what we can see, we experience that today. We use Google Apps and we use many platforms online because this is our century unique, diba? Gumagamit tayo nito because kailangan natin baguhin yung traditional at yung traditional naman, yes, it is applicable naman lalo sa mga partner of areas. And also, we can use that traditional and digital in both ways.
Thank you, Mr. Park. And lastly, the last question will be, how does it relate to the teaching and learning process? The 2 pictures, how does it relate to the teaching and learning process? Yes, Mr. Malipisyado.
So, it relates kasi nga meron tayong traditional sa kayong ginagawa ng karamihan sa ngayon. So, how it relates learning process, no? Learning process. So, dati, in the traditional way, so yung teacher is minamano-mano talaga yung pagtuturo or sinusulat talaga sa blackboard or yung mga estudyante is yung naging source ng mga estudyante when it comes to learning is yung teachers, but then now they're using this technology, so hindi lang sa teachers yung source ng students, but then also to the technology kasi to this technology, makakapag-search sila kung ano yung gusto nila.
So thank you, Mr. Malificato. And those are all correct, no? Everything that they have said, technology, how does it help towards our learning, how does it vary, how does it differentiate to each other, it's very accurate and very correct, no? So after this, now we will have our the topic that we have. It's all about collaborative environment in the digital world and digital literacy skills in the 21st century. But before that, we will have our objectives. So first, we have our objectives. Ms. Teres. So we have our objectives that states that we will learn, we will understand, we will learn how to define, and we will apply it in actual practices natin. No? But before that, we will have our activity. So our activity comprises of that particular 3 groups parang kanina. Yung 3 groups. So can we count? So kindly group yourselves into your groups, designated groups that is within group 1 dito, group 2 dito, group 3 dito. Ito group 1. Group 3. Sa likod ng group 1 yung group 3. When we settle down, group 1, where are you? Group 2. Group 3. So are we all in your designated groups? Yes. Next. This is what we have here. We have pictures, no? Now, these pictures have to be related, they are related to each other. So, kayong tatlong grupo, you will pick first a picture. Tatulad nitong tatlo. Ibigay kayo dito sa tatlo na to kung saan ninyo gusto. And then, you will find kung saan ito naka-match. And then, after matching, I will give you this. And per group, you will name this particular pictures that you have chosen. So, in your representative for the group, group 3, your representative. Number 3, your representative is. So now, we have the 3 groups here. Now, we will choose, they will choose now what particular picture are they going to get. Next. Yes. Please go back to your seats. Next, group 2. Next, group 3. So are we all set? Group 1, please stand. Please stand. Cover your eyes. Close your eyes. Point the person you want to represent your group. Guard. Please explain why did you choose Google Form and what Google Form is all about.
We choose Google Form because this is the thing that assign us, and this is the logo. So, what is Google Form? For us, Google Form is something that we can use in our surveys. We can use it to gather information they got from others. And for the last lesson, we can forward the link and open, and their comments will open the link and answers to this. We can use this also in our education if we have online quiz or online matters. And then, why is it important? Google Form is important because it is helpful for us to have a paperless work and also less hassle in our learning style.
Very good. Next, group 2, please stand. Close your eyes. Pagturo nyo kung sino ang gusto nyo maging representante. Please press the lista. Please go in front and present your
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. We are the group 2 and we are in charge to
So, you can read Miss Halia.
So, the education sector is one of the most essential sectors in our society. It provides lessons on our students. Changes how we life. We are now living in a world full of wireless and fast technology.
So, thank you, Miss Halia. So, as we all have observed, yung ating mga pag-aaral ngayon is not only focuses on what we write on the physical paper, but also in our keyboards as well, no? So, hindi na siya yung doon lang palagi sa papel yung ating pag-aaral, kundi pati rin doon sa mga tinatry natin. Even sa research pa lang natin, masyadong na tayo babay. So, and of course, our own particular na mga classes does not only occur within the, in our classroom, but also, of course, in Messenger, in Google Meet, in Zoom, even our examinations, no? It had been pivotal given na nagkaroon ng lockdown. Kasi merong mga changes nung nagka-lockdown tayo, no? Next, what is the collaborative environment? So, Miss Shaina.
What is the collaborative environment? The environment which refers to the internet-wise. This can be wireless and still contactless world. This enables the users to have their own means of communications with what they are in great distance with others.
So, in this particular collaborative environment, it refers to the context of school. When it comes to the context of school, it is an environment where the students and teachers has their chance to meet each other or to collaborate with each other to make their own, to pass their assignments and to pass their particular na mga requirements using internet and wireless networks, no? Wala na pong papel-papel. Kasi minsan, yung mga teachers natin, hindi na po sila ganoon ka-focus with yung mga papers natin. Ngayong third year, di ba, we are more on paperless na. So, bale, pasa na lang tayo palagi na kung ano yung nasa ating mga computers, yung ginagawa natin sa computers natin, hindi na natin piniprint o ginagawa lang kung ano particular na mga physical na mga materials, no? Ito rin ang isa sa mga advancement natin. Kahit ang teacher mo nasa pinakamalayong lugar man yan, napakalayo galing sa inyo o sa inyo, pwede pa rin siya makapagturo using online class, no? Online means. Next. There are examples of collaborative environment. We have the Google Form, Google Classroom, Google Docs, and Zoom. So, who wants to read?
Google Forms. It is a free online platform that allows the users to create questionnaires for surveys, quizzes, evaluations, and many more. The teacher can post their pre-assessment and post-assessments for their students. It can also be a place for students to have exchange of opinions through form, and this is safe and this only gets your information to users' consent.
Sino na ba nakagamit dito ng Google Forms? Dito yung Miss Vista. Sino na nakagamit dito ng Google Forms? Wala. Kayo nakagamit? No? All of us use Google Forms, no? Have used. O using pa rin hanggang ngayon. Ano ba Google Form? Ano ba nauna nakikita niya sa Google Form, di ba? Your name, your email address, and your permission for them to conduct a survey or ask you a question. That is for your privacy. Kung gusto mo sumali doon, pwede, as long as you have given them particular na mga permission. Kasi under RA 101, RA under RA 175, no? Meron tayong na privacy, data privacy act, no? Which, if ever na hindi po tayo nagbigay ng permit to that person for them to expose your, or parang nagkaroon ng breach or yung snitch doon sa data mo, na nalink ka as a respondent, pwede mo po siyang kasuhan. Ganon, no? And all of us, syempre, yung mga quizzes natin, way back yung second semester, first year, di ba? Kay Ma'am Evora, everyday yun. So to those particular na mga quizzes, exams, and then yung ating day, yung distance learning no, with 10, 11, and next. Miss Jan. So here is Google Docs. This is one of the applications. Ano ba ang application natin dyan? We have also the spreadsheets. We also have the presentation. Pwede po natin gawin yung mga ating simultaneously. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng simultaneously? Meaning, nagta-type si friend mo doon or si groupmate mo doon, nakaka-type ka rin. Diba? Unlike sa ating other na presentation na kailangan mo nakatapos si back before si si person A, si person B. Pero doon sa dito, sa collaborative environment natin, Google Docs and Google Spreadsheets, nabibigyan ko ng chance na magkaroon ng particular na team efforts kahit na simultaneous. And even, pwede din po kayo, yung ginagawa niyo po is auto-save. Ano bang meaning ng auto-save? Kapag po tinype mo yun, literal na save ka agad yun. Basta meron na kayong internet. And then, when it comes to distance naman, kahit pa sa Canada yung estudyante or yung kasama with research, pwede po siyang makapagbigay ng help sa iyo kahit sa malayo siya. Next is the Google Classroom. Miss Lilia.
Teachers and learners to interact with each other without change the reading modality of this has a comment section where the user can post anything that is related to academics. It also has features that users can make specific requirement and its own deadline. This feature belongs the name prohibit late submissions.
So ito sa ating Google Classroom, this is one of the most amazing na feature niya, no? Meron siyang deadline, no? Na kapag po matapos na yung deadline or yung given time, pwede wala yung particular na submission na yun, no? Are we all familiar with that? Yes. We are all familiar kasi ginagamit natin. And then, Google Classroom is also using yung comment, no? Kapag po hindi nyo po makontak sa Messenger or sa yung teacher nyo, pwede po kayong gumawa doon ng Google Class o ng Google Meet directly sa Google Classroom nyo. Or pwede po mag-comment kayo doon na kapag hindi nyo nakontak yung teacher nyo para direct na sa akin. Next is please do you know now, we have Zoom. So sa Zoom, meron tayong designated link na binibigay. Kung wala yung designated link na yon, or ito pa yung feature niya, kapag po, for example, puro lang SKSU account yung pwede pumasok doon, walang other account na makakapasok unless otherwise na yun ay account ng SKSU. That's how this technology works. Kapag po ang inalaw ko lang is yung mga particular na targets mo, which is yung SKSU students, so their account lang sa institutional account lang yung makaka-access. So that's the safe one. But however, merong mga issues nung lockdown, merong mayor na nag-zoom siya, and then hindi niya alam na merong nakapasok na may green screen na medyo explicit o bastos yung live, no? So merong isang problema doon kasi yung features niya na pwede ma-open to anyone, magkakaroon ng infiltration. And then ito rin, nagpunang global pandemic kasi diba limited yung pwede makapunta, especially yung mga 18 pababa or yung mga senior citizens. So hindi sila nakakalabas, kaya gumagamit na lang sila ng Zoom for their meetings or yung kanilang mga classes. Next is, what is digital literacy? Miss Shulatorio.
Digital literacy. The ability to discover, assess, utilize, share, and generate content with the use of information technologies and environment.
So, what is digital literacy? So, digital literacy is to discover, to assess, utilize, share, and generate content. So, first discover. So, sa digital literacy, you cannot search if you don't know. Especially, what to prompt in our computer to find such contents, di ba? Hindi natin alam kung ano yung hahanapin natin unless otherwise we are literate enough or we know enough what those things are. Next is assess. Tinitingnan natin kung paano pa siya or kung ano pa siya sa pamamagitan ng kung ano yung content niya. Marunong tayo mag-check kung ito ba ay legit or fake, no? Next is utilize. Yung ginagamit po natin. Paano po natin ginagamit? For example, yung Google natin. It's not only used for surfing or mag-search lang tayo na mag-search lang kung anong-anong bagay. Kundi meron tayo particular na designated goal kung bakit natin i-install at ginagamit yun. Next is to share. No? With digital literacy, we know what to share, we know how to share, and we know why you share. How, what, and why. Bakit, paano, and ano yung sinishare natin. Kung literate ka, alam mo kung anong sinishare mo, alam mo kung paano mag-share, and alam mo kung bakit mo sinishare. Kaya, dapat, kung maging digital literate ka man, please be vigilant with everything, every content that you read. Kapag mo nakabasa kayo, please check, please double check the sources, and then this particular integrity of the sharer. Kasi baka yung sharer trolls, diba? We need to check. And next is to generate content. Kung marunong ka mag-discover, marunong ka mag-assess, marunong ka mag-utilize, marunong ka mag-share, before sharing, you can generate your content. Meaning na marunong ka o kaya mong gumawa ng mga bagay with regards to technology, especially yung mga sinishare natin online, no, sa internet. Next, please.
It's important for a number of reasons. Learning helps students learn information and gives them access to a wide variety of resources, among other things.
So, why is digital literacy important? It is important, first of all, because it can improve learning. Kapag po, yung inyong particular idea is to assess or to make learnings, maganda po kapag digitally literate ka. Next, it helps students to discern misinformation. Ano ba meaning ng discernment? To find out what is that with your wisdom. No? To find it out using your wisdom. Because discernment uses your wisdom, not only your knowledge. And wisdom is a deeper thing to consider. Kasi kapag po literate ka or hindi lang po memorize yung terms, hindi ka lang knowledgeable with the ideas, but you can also apply it using your wisdom. Next is, also, it gives them access to wide variety of resources. Ano po ba yung mga resources natin? Yung Google Scholar, yung ating Gemini, di ba? Yung ating ChatGPT. Using those particular, using our digital literacy, mas madali po tayo makakahanap ng informations and mas maganda yung informations na mahanap natin. Ikaw ba? Kapag kayo ba maghahanap na hindi nyo alam kung ano hanapin nyo, mahanap nyo ba yun? Diba? That's the point of why digital literacy is important. Now, let's go on with the six benefits of digital literacy. So, Mr. Daniel,
Improved writing, reading, listening, and speaking skills.
So, we have improved writing, reading, listening, and speaking skills. Given na, alam na natin kung paano ginagamit ang internet, ano ang gamit ng internet, and bakit natin siya ginagamit, alam din natin kung paano pagandahin. How can we develop our talents and skills using the digital world? Ba, hindi lang tayo limited within particular na mga yung mga traditional natin. Hindi lang tayo natututo within our experiences of physical world. Also, mas natututo din tayo ng digital. Next is the third gift from Mr. Bernardo.
Ability to identify authentic materials.
So, kapag literate ka within the technology, alam mo kung paano siya i-fact check. Ano ba yung fact checking na tinatawag? With our fact checking, mas madali po malalaman, mas madali natin malalaman if the news or the article is authentic or invalid. No? Kasi masyado na ngayong marami and prolific na or masyado na rumakagasa yung mga trolls, yung mga misinformation drives na ginagawa ng mga literate din naman, pero they are somewhat mga twisted yung kanilang idea on how to use internet. Next is increase friction. Next is technology.
Increase frequently and ability to use digital technology.
So, with the idea na marami na tayong alam within technology, mas nabibigyan tayo ng confidence to use it. Sino ba dito kapag natututo na? For example, sino ba dito yung first time sa Canva, medyo hesitant siya? Ako. Diba? We are hesitant kasi hindi natin alam kung paano siya gagamitin. So, with our increased literacy in the digital world, mas alam na natin kung paano pasigot-sigot, paano ba nag-work yung ating digital world. Next is finance and collaboration. Miss. So in addition, nabibigyan tayo ng way on how to improve our speaking skills, di ba? And also how we write. So within those particular areas, nabibigyan po tayo ng mas magandang abilidad na magbigay ng kaalaman o makipag-communicate sa ating teachers and peers. Hindi lang makipag-communicate, kundi makipag-collaborate sa kanilang teachers. Meaning that there is this particular helping mechanism, no? Masyado na mechanism o kung ganoon na paganda ng yung digital word
Enhance engagement.
So thank you. So enhance engagement with the confidence that the people have kasi meron na silang digital literacy, nabibigyan din sila ng another na idea. Specifically, yung pagbibigay ng engagement sa kapwa nila within online platform. No, hindi lang siya, hindi siya yung particular na nagbibigay lang ng nagbibigay yung sa harap niya, tapos siya saktong kinig lang, makikinig lang. Meron na ngayong engagement kasi confident siya answer. Eh kung hindi siya confident, masyadong malaki ang porsyento na baka hindi siya makapag-cooperate. And last but not the least, Miss Ayesa.
Improve academic performance.
So, improve academic performance. So, the improve academic performance is a result ng lahat na nauna. Kasi nag-improve yung writing mo, nag-improve din yung reading mo, yung listening and speaking skills mo, naging good ka in communication. Na-enhance din ang engagement mo, and then, enhance din ang collaboration mo with your teachers and peers, and then, meron ka na rin ability to check whether or not authentic or mali or false yung nabasa mo, at yung iyong paggamit. Within that paggamit ng digital world natin, nabibigyan tayo ng mas magandang opportunity to learn and to pass everything na ibibigay sa atin, especially our requirements. Kapag po nagpapasa kayo ng requirements, pwede ba naman mababa yung score? Nakababa ba ng score kung pasa ng requirements? And that's the idea why literacy on digital world is important. Ayan siya. But before we end, we have our final activity na. So, ang final activity natin, I will divide the group into adult class into 5. Pag-erase na hands ng 1. Pag-erase na hands ng number 2. 3, 4, 5. Please group yourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Hoy, 5 ko.
Pwede na, pick ka namin. No, boundary.
Basta makatinig tayo, pasapit na tayo.
Yes, sir.
Please maintain silence. So I have the envelope here, and all of this contains questions and scenarios with regards to your activities. So number 1, please get Number 2. Number 3. Where is it? Look, 4. 4. 4. 10 to 5. Will sign for Now, every answer that you will have will be written in a 1/2 crosswise. Or in number paper. Sa bang paper na provide. Then number 4. Yes. Please write the names of those present and those who made their appearance today, especially on naming that particular activity. Yung mga kagrupo nyo, makikista nyo. Ngayon, ang gagawin dyan, please choose, please, in 5 minutes no, you will consolidate all the answers that you have in your mind. Lalagay nyo siya sa bond paper, and then you will present it in class. No? One per each. One representative per. Are we all clear? Are we all clear? Okay, are we all clear? Now you can go on your please go on with what you do, and if you have questions, just follow.
Copyright and
Tapos na. After that, we will have the order us to finish reading. Sino ba nito? Group 3. Last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we will have our recording. Again, it's only 2 minutes. You are given 2 minutes as a representative to tell everything what you have wrote and what you will understand with that particular question. So we will start at group 3. Kasi sila yung last finalists. Basahin mo.
Okay, for the three, scenario number 3. So, says here, Maganda Elementary School held a Teachers' Day celebration. In that particular celebration, they made a contest. Topic each kasama si teacher. A grade 5 Mango made an entry with a Banjo team. So, it's about culture. At first,
Under the benefit of digital literacy, here's the question. Is the interest of the students in the government considered to be valid under the benefit number 4? So the benefit number 4 is the enhanced ability to collaborate with teachers and peers. So we're here no because the meeting is intended for teachers only and the students are not allowed there. Next is what is the best thing they can do to avoid unfortunate happening? So we wrote here double check and before they disseminate information or link for their meeting to avoid the unfortunate happening.
Yes. Next, group number 1.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. So our scenario is the grade 12 Masisla of Pagdahari Integrated School was supposed to conduct quizzes and assessments. However, the local government unit surprisingly approved a memo stating that classes were to be done online. In that case, the science teacher has made a Google form for the students to answer. While answering, student A took a screenshot and sent it to student B and C. So there are 3 questions here. First, are those acceptable? Our answer no, because sharing quiz answers to screenshot is a form of cheating and an academic dishonesty. Question 2, does it present literacy skills? Why or why not? So no, it does not, because in presenting proper digital literacy skill, because the students misuse technology, so because use them in cheating and for dishonest purposes instead of using it responsibly and ethically. Question number 3, what particular benefit of digital literacy have they violated? Violated how? So we violated the ethical use of digital technology by using online tools instead of promoting fairness and integrity. They use digital platforms to gain an unfair advantage.
So, thank you. Group number 1. Group number 5. Forward. Let's proceed.
So we are the four. So here are our scenario. So the internet of today is full of information as if a water gushing and flowing freely in a river. But as information became more available, the more prone it became to series of disaggregation and false news. This series of events practically makes the online world unpredictable and unreliable. In recent event, the teacher from Bato State University orchestrated a fact-checking initiative that they then published in their school's e-library. One day, it decided to make the process of fact-checking to their students. So here, the questions. First, what is or are the benefits of digital literacy present? So the benefits of digital literacy, according to the scenario provided, it includes the ability to critically evaluate online information, distinguish between reliable and unreliable sources, and develop fact-checking skills. For the number 2, does it help the students? Why or why not? Yes, it helps the students by equipping them with necessary skills to navigate the online world safely and effectively, promoting informed decision-making and preventing them from being misled by false information.
Thank you. Last but not the least, group 5.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. So we are the presenters. So in scenario 5, a young minor was caught copying and pasting his classroom work in the Google Classroom. So the teacher discovered and through checking all of the work of his students. So in this scenario, in number 1, what is the best thing to do? Be right or kind? Why? So our answer is be right. So being right is the right thing to do. And correcting that student is already showing kindness. Because there will be a big consequences if the owner itself or someone who knew the owner will find out. And number 2 was the digital space used with literacy and how. Okay, so our answer in number 2 is no. no? Because the student copy the work of others. So he can be charged of plagiarism and copyright infringement. So unauthorized production of works and materials of other people. And lastly, does it equate to a major offense? Why or why not? So our answer is yes, it can equate to a major offense. A plagiarism, copying the work of others, and copyright infringement, the unauthorized reproduction or production of works and materials of other people. So that is all. Thank you.
So, thank you for your valuable insights to our activity. So, we're now approaching the outcome of our course. But before that, I will ask you some questions before we will end. First, how does this activity, as a student, where the use of technology was rampant, how can you still keep up to be digitally literate with collaborative environments? So, who can give them insights? The question is, as a student where the technology was rampant, how can you still keep up to be digitally literate with collaborative environments? How can you be literate, digitally literate, where everything comes to be is now on digital world? Business.
Okay, so the digital technology is very rampant nowadays. And especially in the areas of the 21st century. And we're living in a world that where technology is all around us wherever we go. So this technology will help us anywhere to be in order for our works and jobs to be more easy, convenient, and of course less accessible.
Also, we are now less in the world where the hassle is less, very easy na. So, sa ating mga gawain, sana po, yan po natin ang importansya ang pagiging literate and maging professional tayo when it comes to and because of that,